Listen closely, because what is happening right now is not an algorithm, it is not a coincidence, and it is certainly not an accident. You have been guided to this very moment because there is a truth about your life that has been hidden in the shadows for too long, a truth that the enemy has desperately tried to keep from you. There is a metaphorical recording, a divine log of events that only 1 in a million souls ever gets to fully understand while they are still walking this earth. And today, that record is being opened for you. You have felt it, haven't you? That strange, lingering sensation that you are swimming upstream, that your life has been a series of near misses, unexplainable obstacles, and battles that seem designed to crush you specifically. You look around at others, and their lives seem to flow with a certain ease. But for you, every inch of ground gained was fought for in the trenches. There is a reason for that. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. You are not unlucky. You are not cursed. You are a target. But being a target is the greatest compliment the darkness can pay to the light. Before we unlock the seal on this recording and reveal the 3 specific times you were marked for destruction and saved by a divine hand, I need you to make a commitment to yourself. This is not just a video, it is a revelation. Do not click away, because the next few minutes are going to rewrite the narrative of your past and hand you the keys to your future. If you are ready to receive the truth that will dismantle the enemy's hold on your mind, I want you to simply click the like button right now. It is a small action, but in the spiritual realm, it is a signal that you are present, you are listening, and you are ready. Let us go back to the beginning. The recording shows a pattern that likely started before you even had the words to describe it. This is the first assault. The enemy marked you for destruction in your youth. Think back. Do you have memories of a childhood illness that the doctors couldn't quite explain? A fever that spiked too high, a respiratory issue that stopped your breath, or perhaps an accident? A fall, a near drowning, a moment where you wandered into danger and by all laws of physics, you should not have walked away. Most people dismiss these as childhood clumsiness or bad luck. But the recording reveals something sinister. The enemy saw your light before you did. In the spiritual realm, potential shines like a beacon. When a soul is sent to earth with a mission that will shake the foundations of hell, the enemy tries to abort that mission in the cradle. You were attacked in your innocence because the darkness was terrified of your maturity. There was an attempt at assassination on your life when you were small because you were destined to be a giant in the spirit. I want you to pause and really search your memory. Was there a moment where your parents whispered in hushed tones about how lucky you were to be alive? That was not luck. That was the first intervention. A divine hand, an angelic shield, was placed between you and the premature end of your story. You survived because your purpose is not biological, it is theological. You are here because heaven insisted on it. But the enemy, realizing he could not take your physical life in those early years, changed his tactics. This brings us to the second assault, and this is the one that many of you are still recovering from, or perhaps still fighting. This was the silent war. It didn't happen with loud crashes or hospital visits. It happened in the quiet of your own room, in the corridors of your mind. As you grew, specifically as you entered into your adult years, a heaviness began to settle. The enemy crept in through despair, anxiety, and a crushing sense of hopelessness. This is the assault on your identity. The recording shows years where you felt like an imposter in your own life. You smiled at work, you took care of your family, you paid your bills. But inside, there was a voice constantly whispering that you were not enough, that it was all pointless, that you should just give up. This was an insidious attempt to disconnect you from your source. The enemy knows that if he cannot kill the body, he must poison the spirit. He wanted you to surrender your will. How many nights did you lie awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feeling a darkness so thick it was almost tangible? That was not just insomnia, that was spiritual warfare. That was the enemy trying to convince you to lay down your sword. He attacked your finances to break your security. He attacked your relationships to break your heart. He attacked your self-worth to break your spirit. And yet look at you, you are still here. You walked through the valley of the shadow of death, through the depression that felt like a tomb, through the anxiety that felt like a vice grip, and you emerged. You may have scars, you may have trust issues, you may be tired, but you are standing. If you recognize this silent war, if you have felt that battle in your mind, I want you to declare your victory right now in the comments. Write, I am still standing. Let the community see that they are not alone. Your survival in the mental battle is proof that your mind is protected by something far greater than your own willpower. Now we must address the third confrontation. This is the most terrifying part of the recording, but also the most undeniable proof of Jesus' hand on your life. This was the physical escalation. The enemy, frustrated that you survived childhood and frustrated that you did not crumble under mental pressure, decided to strike with brute force. This is the moment of metal, bone, and blood. For many of you, this happened recently, perhaps in the last few years. It was the car crash where the vehicle was totaled, but you walked out without a scratch. It was the sudden medical crisis, the heart scare, the lump, the diagnosis that sounded like a death sentence, but turned out to be manageable or miraculously disappeared. It was the moment of violence where you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and yet time seemed to bend. Victims of such events often report a slow motion effect. This is not just adrenaline. This is the perception of the spirit when the divine intervenes. In that split second, when the impact should have ended you, a decision was made in the high courts of heaven. The recording shows the enemy shouting for your blood, and the advocate, the king, stepping in and saying, "Not this one is mine." You were spared, not because you are perfect, but because you are unfinished. The wreckage of that accident, the severity of that illness, serves as a monument to God's grace. You have been forged in fire. Why is this happening to you? Why the relentless attacks? This is the secret that the enemy does not want you to know. He does not attack empty houses. A thief does not break into a home that has nothing of value. The intensity of the battle against you is a direct indicator of the magnitude of the blessing within you. You are carrying something that the world desperately needs. It might be a word of wisdom, a business that will feed families, a ministry that will heal hearts, or children who will change the future. The enemy has been trying to stop the delivery of that gift. But here is the revelation that changes everything. The very attacks meant to destroy you have actually qualified you. In the ancient world, a warrior was not respected until he had scars. Your scars are your credentials. They are the proof that you have faced the darkness, and the darkness could not consume you. You have been initiated into a level of spiritual authority that people with easy lives will never understand. When you speak with the weight of a survivor. When you pray with the urgency of someone who has seen the edge. Before we go further into how to use this power, I need to ask you a serious question. Have you ever felt that you don't belong here? That this world feels strange and hostile to you? That is because you are an ambassador from another kingdom. The friction you feel is the friction of holiness rubbing against a fallen world. The enemy recognizes your citizenship before you do. But now, the blinders are coming off. You are beginning to see the pattern. The childhood illness, the adult depression, the physical accident, they are all beads on the same string, a rosary of survival that proves you are untouchable until your purpose is fulfilled. This knowledge should not make you afraid. It should make you fearless. If death could not take you, if madness could not break you, if the world could not crush you, then what is left to fear? You are walking in a bubble of divine protection that is impenetrable as long as you are aligned with your mission. But there is a danger here. The danger is not the enemy anymore. The danger is amnesia. The danger is forgetting who you are and returning to a life of sleepwalking. The enemy wants you to think you were just lucky. He wants you to rationalize your survival as statistical probability. Do not fall for that lie. Luck does not save you 3 times from 3 different angles of death. Grace does. You must take ownership of this narrative. You must wake up every morning and remind yourself, I'm a project of high priority to heaven. This shift in mindset changes your biology, your psychology, and your spirituality. It moves you from a victim mentality to a victor mentality. Now let's talk about the solution. How do you live now that you know this? First, you must stop hiding. Many of you after these attacks have retreated. You have made your world small to stay safe. You avoid risks, you avoid people, you keep your head down. This is exactly what the enemy wants. He wants to neutralize you through fear, but you were saved to shine, not to hide. You must step back into the arena. The protection that saved you in the crash is the same protection that covers you when you start that business, when you write that book, when you speak that truth. You are covered. Second, you must use your recording as a weapon. Your testimony is the most powerful tool you have. When you meet someone who is struggling with depression, you don't just offer platitudes. You tell them, I was there. I was in the pit, and I was pulled out. Your suffering was not for you. It was for the people you are destined to help. You went through the fire so you could carry water to those still burning. There is a scientific aspect to this as well. Neuroscientists have discovered that trauma, when processed correctly, leads to what they call post-traumatic growth. It is a state where the individual functions at a higher level of empathy, resilience, and wisdom than before the trauma. The Bible calls this anointing. It is the crushing of the olive to produce the oil. You have been crushed, yes, but you are now producing pure oil. This oil is what heals, what lights the lamp, what anoints kings. You are in your season of oil. Do not waste it mourning the crushing. Celebrate the oil. I want to challenge you. In the next 24 hours, I want you to do something that scares you. Make that phone call, post that content, apply for that position, forgive that person. Do something that declares to the spiritual realm that you are no longer afraid. The enemy watches your actions. When he sees you moving forward despite the attacks, he trembles. He realizes his plan has backfired. Instead of destroying you, he has emboldened you. This is the ultimate revenge against the darkness. To thrive, to be joyful, to be prosperous, to be loud about your faith. We are building a community of survivors here, a legion of souls who have seen the recording and know the truth. You are not just a subscriber, you are a member of this legion. If you haven't already, ensure you have subscribed to the channel and turned on the notification bell. We dive deep into these truths every week, and you cannot afford to miss the next briefing. The war is not over, but the outcome is decided. We win. But we must stay sharp. Let's go deeper into the recording. What if I told you that the enemy's attacks are actually a map? If you look at where he hit you the hardest, you will find the area of your greatest potential. Did he attack your voice? Then you are called to speak. Did he attack your family? Then you are called to restore generational lines. Did he attack your body? Then you are called to be a healer or a beacon of health. Reverse engineer your trauma. The sight of the wound is the sight of the power. This changes how you look at your past. You stop looking at it with regret and start looking at it as a training ground. You were in boot camp. You thought you were in hell, but you were in God's gymnasium. You were lifting heavy weights so that now you can carry heavy glory. There is a specific feeling that comes before a breakthrough, a tension in the air. You might be feeling it right now. It's a mix of excitement and terror. It's the feeling of standing on a diving board. The enemy will try to whisper one last lie to you. He will say, "It's too late, you're too old, you missed your window." That is a lie from the pit. Moses started at 80, Colonel Sanders started at 65. The timeline of heaven is not the timeline of earth. God can accelerate time. He can do in 1 year what would take 10 years of human effort. The years that the locusts have eaten will be restored. That is a promise. But you must position yourself for restoration. You cannot receive with a closed fist, and you cannot move forward looking backward. I want you to close your eyes for a moment if you are in a safe place. Visualize those 3 moments of attack: the childhood fear, the adult despair, the physical crash. Now visualize a golden thread connecting them. See them not as random dots, but as a line of defense. See the angels that were standing there, invisible to your eyes, but realer than the air you breathe. They pushed the car. They held your heart together. They whispered hope when you held the bottle of pills. Feel the gratitude wash over you. You are loved. You are cherished. You are watched over. Now open your eyes. The world looks different, doesn't it? It looks like a place of opportunity, not a minefield. The next revelation is about your enemy. We often think of the enemy as a monster with horns, but often the enemy works through people, through systems, through culture. He uses distraction. He uses offense. How many times have you been distracted from your purpose by a petty argument, by a social media feud, by the noise of the news? This is all part of the strategy to keep you from accessing the power of the recording. Focus is your weapon. When you focus on your divine connection, the noise fades. You must become unoffendable. You must become undistractable. You have survived too much to be taken out by a bad comment or a rude neighbor. You have survived death. You can survive criticism. As we approach the end of this transmission, I need to give you a key. It is the key of the blood. In every culture, in every ancient text, there is power in the blood. The blood of Jesus speaks a better word. It speaks life when the enemy speaks death. It speaks purpose when the enemy speaks chaos. You need to plead the blood over your mind every single day. It is not a ritual, it is a legal transaction in the spiritual court. It is you presenting your defense. I cannot be touched because I am covered. When you live with this level of assurance, you become dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You become a light that cannot be hidden. There are people watching this right now who are on the verge of giving up. You clicked on this video as a last resort. You are thinking, if this doesn't help, nothing will. Listen to me. The fact that you are hearing my voice is the lifeline. Grab it, pull yourself up. The chapter is not over, the book is not finished, the author is still writing, and the next chapter is titled Redemption. You're going to see things turn around so fast it will make your head spin, but you must hold on. You must stay in the fight. Share this video. Not for the algorithm, but for the soul out there who is drowning. You know someone who needs to hear this. You know someone who has survived the crash, but is still living in the trauma. Be the messenger. Send this to them and say, this is about us. Let's create a ripple effect of hope that the enemy cannot stop. And remember, the recording is not just about the past, it is being written right now. Every decision you make today goes into the record. Choose faith, choose courage, choose life. You are the 1 in a million. You are the remnant. You are the survivor. Now go and be the warrior you were born to be. The world is waiting for your rising. The enemy has fired his best shots and you are still standing. That means he has run out of ammunition. It is your turn to advance. I will see you in the next video, where we will uncover the specific signs that your breakthrough is not just coming, but is already here. Until then, walk with your head high. You are royalty in a world of beggars. You are protected. You are loved. You are necessary. Never forget that. The recording is out. The truth is known. You are free. However, I must warn you, there is a phenomenon known as the counter-strike. When a prisoner escapes the prison, the alarm sounds the loudest. Now that you have declared your freedom, now that you have decided to step into your purpose, the resistance may intensify for a brief season. This is not a sign that you are wrong. It is the ultimate confirmation that you are right. You have crossed a line in the sand, and the old version of you is trying to pull you back. Do not let it. The gravity of your past is strong, but the magnetic pull of your destiny is stronger. You need to understand the mechanics of this spiritual gravity so you can defy it. Think about a rocket ship. It uses the most fuel during the first few minutes of launch. It has to fight the entire atmospheric pressure of the Earth to break into orbit. You are in that launch phase right now. You might feel pressure, you might feel the shaking, you might feel the heat. But listen to me closely. The shaking is just the propulsion system engaging. You are not falling apart. You are breaking through. Once you hit that orbit, once you reach that spiritual altitude, the weight drops off. You become weightless. You glide. But you have to survive the launch. Most people turn off the engines because the vibration scares them. They retreat to the safety of the ground. But you are going to keep the throttle down. This brings us to a concept that bridges the gap between ancient spirituality and modern neuroscience, the neural pathways of faith. Science tells us that our brains are plastic. They can be rewired. For 30, maybe 40 years, you have wired your brain for survival, for anxiety, for expecting the worst. That is a physical groove in your gray matter. When you start speaking faith, when you start pleading the blood, when you start visualizing victory, you are physically building a new road in your mind. It feels uncomfortable at first, because the old road is a highway, and the new road is a path through the jungle. You have to cut the vines, you have to clear the stones, but every time you refuse a negative thought, every time you choose gratitude over complaint, you are paving that road. Eventually, faith becomes your default setting. Eventually, peace becomes your automatic response. Let me give you a practical tool to accelerate this rewiring. It is called the morning command. Most people wake up and immediately check their phones, flooding their minds with the chaos of the world. They drink in the anxiety of the news before they have even taken a sip of water. You must stop this. The first 20 minutes of your day are sacred. Your brain waves are in a state where they are most suggestible to programming. If you do not program your mind, the world will do it for you. From tomorrow morning, I want you to try this. Before you speak to anyone, before you check a single notification, you stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and declare 3 things. First, state your identity. I'm a child of the Most High. Second, state your protection. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Third, state your mission. Today, I walk in favor and divine appointments. This sounds simple, but if you do this for 21 days, you will change the chemical signature of your body. You will lower your cortisol and raise your dopamine. You are literally preaching a sermon to your own cells. And while we are talking about your environment, we need to address the company you keep. There is a hard truth that many of us avoid because it is painful. Sometimes the enemy uses the people we love to distract us. It is not that they are evil, it is that they are comfortable with your old self. When you start changing, when you start glowing with this new recording, it shines a light on their stagnation. They might say things like, "You've changed," or "You're too intense now." Do not apologize for your growth. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable in their darkness. You are in a season of consecration. There may be a period where you walk alone, a period of solitude. Do not fear this. The eagle flies alone. The pigeons flock together. If you look around and see no one who understands your vision, take it as a compliment from the universe. It means you are being prepared for a leadership role that requires you to stand on your own 2 feet, dependent only on the source. I want to pause here and ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you were waiting for a permission slip to be great? Like you were waiting for someone to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Okay, now it's your turn"? I am here to tell you that the permission slip never comes from the outside. It comes from within. You have to authorize your own existence. You have to sign your own permission slip. The moment you stop seeking validation from a world that is broken, you become unstoppable. If you are receiving this message, if this is resonating with your spirit, hit the like button right now. Not for me, but as a signal to yourself. It is a digital amen. It is you saying, "I agree. I authorize this truth in my life." And if you haven't subscribed yet, join us. We are building a legion of minds that are awake. We are not just a channel, we are a movement of restoration. Now let's go deeper into the symptoms of your breakthrough. Often, right before a massive shift, things seem to go wrong. The car breaks down, an unexpected bill arrives, a misunderstanding happens at work. The amateur spiritualist says, "Oh no, I must be on the wrong path. The universe is blocking me." The master spiritualist says, "Aha, the enemy is threatened. I must be close to the treasure." You must learn to interpret the data correctly. Resistance is not a stop sign, it is a landmark. It means you are approaching the territory that the enemy has held captive, and he is firing warning shots. Do not retreat. Press in. This is where the concept of the violent faith comes in. Not physical violence, but spiritual intensity. The kingdom suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. This means you do not passively wait for your blessing. You actively pursue it with a hunger that cannot be satisfied by crumbs. You demand the whole loaf. There is a specific time of day that is crucial for this battle, the watch. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. In many ancient traditions, this is known as the hour of great mystery. If you find yourself waking up consistently at this time without an alarm clock, do not treat it as insomnia. Do not reach for sleeping pills. You are being summoned. The veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinnest at this hour. The chaotic signals of the world, the radio waves, the mental chatter of billions of people are quiet. It is just you and the divine. If you wake up, then get up, go to a quiet place, sit in the silence, listen. You will receive downloads, ideas, and peace that you cannot access during the rush of the day. This is your strategy session. This is where the recording is rewritten most effectively. Even 15 minutes in the watch can save you 15 years of wandering. But what about the pain you still feel? The memories? Let's talk about the scar tissue. When you cut yourself, the skin heals, but it leaves a scar. The scar is stronger than the original skin. It is tougher. Your trauma has left scars on your soul, yes. But those scars are your armor. They are your testimony. You can look at a scar and say, "I survived that." It is a badge of honor in the spirit realm. Do not try to erase your history. Integrate it. Use it. Your pain is the raw material for your purpose. If you went through addiction, you are the only one qualified to liberate the addict. If you went through divorce, you are the architect of hope for the brokenhearted. Nothing is wasted. The divine economy is 100% efficient. Every tear you cried has been counted and stored, and it will water the seeds of your future harvest. I want to address a specific block that many of you over 35 are facing. It is the block of "it's too late." You look at the 20-year-old millionaires on social media, and you feel like you missed the boat. You feel like your prime has passed. Let me shatter that lie right now. In the spiritual realm, time is not linear. It is kairos, opportune moments. Moses didn't start his real mission until he was 80. Colonel Sanders didn't franchise until 62. The timeline of the world is a construct to make you feel anxious. The timeline of the spirit is eternal. You are not late, you are seasoned. You have wisdom now that you didn't have at 20. You have endurance, you have character. You are dangerous now because you cannot be easily fooled. Your late start is actually a smart start. You are building on rock, not on sand. Before I reveal the final secret of this transmission, I want you to engage with this community. Go to the comments section and write, "My time is now." Don't just think it, type it. There is power in the physical action of declaring it. When you type it, you are making a contract with yourself. Read the other comments, like them. Encourage someone else. When you water someone else's garden, your own garden flourishes. That is the law of the harvest. Be the encouragement you need. Now the final secret, it is the law of assumption. This goes beyond positive thinking. Positive thinking is hoping something will happen. Assumption is living as if it has already happened. It is the spiritual stance of, "it is finished." When you pray, do not pray for victory. Pray from victory. Do not ask God to give you peace. Thank God that attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuzazara readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.